kind of like an Easter egg hunt. You never know what you're going to find. I wanted to share this with you. Hello and welcome to My Take at the Lake. If you've been here a time or two, welcome back. If you're new, glad to have you. If you're new, or in case you missed it, I do haul videos quite a bit. And the other day in my haul video, I shared with you that I got a gallon Ziploc bag of about a third of the way full of embroidery floss. Now I use these to tie my signatures or sew my signatures. I wax it and then I use it to sew all my signatures. I try to color coordinate if I can. So having as many colors at the ready is always a good thing. Choice is a beautiful thing. And the other day, I explained in the video that, of course I'm interested in the floss, but what intrigued me about this bag was I could see that they were all wrapped, well not all, but they were wrapped on cool stuff. There was writing here, and I wanted to know what was in here. I wanted to know how old this was, where it came from, what it might be. And so I opened a few. Usually when I do haul videos, I save the haul until I do the video. I don't usually do anything with it until I do the video. Well, this time I just couldn't wait. I opened up a few before I did the haul video, and some of them were on full-size pages. And I couldn't find dates on many of them, but just looking at the typeface, the size, what's being advertised, the prices, clearly it's old. Maternity style book for free, yes indeed. On two, I think it was two of the pieces I found so far, there was a date of 1953. So I know it's old. Yeah, what is that, about 70 years? My math's not very good, so don't hold me to that, but it's old. We can go with that. And what fun it has been. And so if you've watched even one of my other videos, I'm sure the word procrastination came up because I do a lot of my videos when I should be doing other things. I like this so much more than cleaning and cooking chicken to freeze. Ew. I like this so much more than taking out the garbage and paying the bills, cleaning the yard. So you'll find me here a lot because there's a lot of that stuff to do. I have dubbed myself the Princess of Procrastination. Yes, that's me. And thus we're here again. I decided I would have one more cup of coffee before I get to work. And while I enjoy that cup of coffee, I wanted to unwrap the rest of my little goodies. And I unwrapped one. It says it's gray. It's just completely abstract. You can't tell what it is at all. It says Mad Tea Party finds Alice, the Mad Hatter, the March Hare, and the Dormouse and their elongated reflections at a fairly friendly stage of the proceedings. Iris, somebody with an M, something something, when she was in the whatever. Oh, what a story that would make. If you're a writer, pick that up, run with it, figure out what this picture is. You know, I love that kind of imaginative play. You know, let your imagination play, splash around the sea of your own creativity. I love that saying. On the back, you know, we put everything through our own filters and our own experience. To me, this looks like the shape of an iPhone, but the orientation is this way, so I don't see a home button, even though the new ones don't have home buttons. This is not 1053. But if you turn it this way, there is clearly a person with very elongated legs and a really long umbrella. So who knows what this might have been. And as you know, if you've ever even for a minute, done embroidery or anything with embroidery floss, you take it out of, oh, I don't have any new spools handy, but you take it out of the original packaging and you wrap it around something. And usually that something is whatever is close. An old piece of magazine, you just tear something out, wad it up, and start winding. So that's why I bought this particular bag of floss, because I really wanted to know what was in here. I unwrapped a second one this morning before I started this. And this one was 2 pieces. I seem to have, oh no, here it is. Anyway, first piece, it was all one, but I tore it in half just for ease of handling. You see they've been wrapped up for 70 years. So they're hard to deal with. So Secrets of the Dancing by the Hartmans. Secrets of Dancing by the Hartmans. It's free with this 5-day trial coupon. I'm enclosing $1 for each course. The whole course for $1. See, you could mail this coupon today for how to write love letters. It will come in plain wrapper with a 1-year supply of gold monograms for my stationery. If not delighted, I can return the purchase within 10 days and my money will be refunded. I enclosed 95 cents. How exciting. But as I was unwrapping these few this morning, I felt really guilty. I thought I should share this with you. You were there when I brought the bag home and showed you what the goodies were, and it just seemed like a fun thing to do. So I'm going to zoom this in just a little bit so we can, and I'm going to sit just because I don't normally sit for these, and we'll see how this goes. So first number, it's kind of like an Easter egg hunt. You're either going to get a lottery ticket or real cash money, or maybe your favorite chocolate, or some nasty, wasty old gumdrop. You just never know what you're going to find in an Easter egg. So that's what this feels like. This one looks like a refrigerator. 16.2 square foot shelf space plus 2 big crispers. $198 with trade-in. Factory list price, $269, 5-year warranty. I'm always looking for a date because I just think that adds more to the fun. But even though she's only half a torso, that long, elegant dress, Slenderella International, what is she selling? I don't know what she's selling, but how cool is that? There's a lion and a guy just waiting to sweep her off her feet. Oh, come on. If I don't wind those up pretty quick, I'm going to have a mess. But this is more important. I want to do this. I want to do this first. The other stuff can wait. Oh, what do we have here? Draw. You can draw your family like an artist. Excuse me, you can draw your family and friends. Anything from real life, like an artist, even if you can't draw a straight line. These are great fun, these projectors, and they're making a comeback right now. This one is $1.98. They say that that's what many of the masters, the artist masters did. They had these reflection boxes. That's how their drawing is so absolutely precise and detailed, because they had this little magic box. And now they're coming into fruition again. War Hero, Ace Comics. Hang on, pal. There's not enough Reds in Korea to stop us from getting back to our own lines. Holy smokes. December 10th. And there's a name written on here, Johnny Slater, it looks like. Again, 1950s terminology and mindset. I just love those old ads. I just think they're so cool. What do we have here? And I have gotten a couple, which are the old sticky gumdrop category, where the closest thing was a piece of toilet paper. I unrolled a couple last night and they were just toilet paper. That's not nearly as fun as these things. Okay, it's a den for all kinds of family activity. And a curio cabinet and a bookshelf. Keep your show on the road when the engine parts begin to wear. Hey, one of the ones we opened yesterday, this is another piece to it. I put the ones from yesterday in a book, and I put a heavy book on top of it to flatten them out. Yeah, there's another part of that horse and carriage or whatever. Yep, there, look at there. Can you see that? Let me just check, is that coming right? It's really not. Let's move it up a little bit for you. So there's the top of his face and the rest of the ad from yesterday. So she took one thing and tore it in bits and wrapped up her goodies. Well, that's fun to have part B to it. Are you excited? Or is this just stupid? Maybe it's just me. It's kind of like going through an estate sale. You know, if you buy 10 purses at the estate sale, you go through all the pockets and the linings and the zip parts in hopes to find $1 or $500 or, you know, you never know what you're gonna find. I think it's great fun. Let's get the rest of them out of the way here. Just focus on one at a time. Maybe we're too close. Is that what you've been saying all along? Like, back up a little bit, would you please? There we go. Jim Prentice announces, let's go to college. Absolutely, let's go to college. And that's, what else are we gonna do? And then in our off time, lighter moments with fresh, ever-ready batteries. Again, not a date on anything. Maybe that's a new phenomena that we have to date and timestamp everything. Oh dear. She's got this one wound right up. Oh, but I used my noggin and I got it undone. Oh dear. And they're, you know, for just junk paper that's that old, they're kind of, you know, delicate. And wadded up. This is completely off topic, sort of, but I just watched this really interesting and very short video. I will link it below because I thought it was so interesting about locked letters. Lady did a really nice, teeny little presentation about a trunk of locked letters. I think she said there was like 700 of these locked letters found in this trunk, and they're from the 1700, early 1800s, I think is what she said. So interesting. It's fascinating to me how much we don't know about stuff. You know, I've been in the world of language and letters and writing and all that for basically my entire adult life and most of my high school life. Never heard of such a thing as locked letters, or this trunk that was, and maybe the trunk was recently found, I'm not sure, I didn't pay that much attention, but I'll link it below. It was really interesting. But they didn't open any of those. Oh, I'm not going to tell you. Watch the video, because I don't want to spoil her video on you, but
technology is an amazing thing because they're able to read it through technology without opening the letters. Oh my God. Spoiler alert. Yeah, I did it. God, I have no self-control sometimes. What is this? H.B. Harrington, prominent tobacco farmer. Oh, look, the Stork Club. This has been his cigarette for 20 years. He's quite proud of that. Chesterfield's, the Stork Club. Oh, yeah. Stork Club, big deal. Got it, Chesterfield's. The best cigarette for you to smoke because smoking's cool in the 50s before they knew any better. Well, they knew better, I guess. I don't know. Seems so obvious now. What is this one? Electric range with beauty and brains. What does this one say? Pardon me, I have to get it closer to read it. Oh, it just shows you. Now, see the 7 stunning models. And now, again, not one single date anywhere. With the address, Cincinnati 25, Ohio. I mean, that's, some of the phone numbers are 4 or 5 numbers, so that's always a telltale sign. Oh, there, look, a date, copyright 1950. Yay, dates. I love dates, especially on old stuff. Makes it all the more interesting, I think, to have it truly vintage. And what I love is that some person, I'm thinking it's a lady, did this. And as I said in the video the other day, I should really rethink, because what I grab is usually just a blank piece of paper and to wrap mine up in. And shall I get hit by a bus tomorrow and 50 years, 70 years from now, someone buys my collection of thread? It'd be nice if they had this kind of fun, right? I should pay it forward and start putting magazines from today in, because in 70 years, someone may find it interesting. They're like little time capsules, right? This is crazy. Mike wears earphones for the first time. Go, Mike, go. He looks like he's enjoying it, rocking out. Yes, indeed. What else is Mikey doing? Who knows? Eating. Looks like he's got a bib on and his hand in a dish. One hand holding, the other one looks like it's scooping it out so he can eat with his hands. This one I'm thinking, I'm thinking it's a dud. It looks like it's just a piece of brown paper bag, but there's lines on it. But even so, even though there's nothing on it except those lines, there's that crinkle factor. Oh, and the beautiful edge. And the beautiful torn edge. Anyone else except junk journalers would go, have you lost your marbles? It's a 70-year-old scrap piece of bag. Yeah, but listen to it. Feel it. And they smell like my grandma. I've noticed that on a few of the things that I've purchased in the sewing area of St. Vincent's, that when I open the bag, there just must have been a scent or something that most ladies used at the time, because a couple times I tore it. I've opened the bag and I'm just taken right back to hanging out with my grandma, who sadly has been gone now since 95. But in an instant, with that smell, I'm just right back there with her. Back there in time. Okay, this is newspaper, and even today's newspaper is delicate and problematic to deal with. Well, it looks like a comic. There's really usually my videos, I try to teach something, give you a tidbit. This is just for pure entertainment. There's no, although I do have 2 tiny little bonus ideas for you at the end. There's no great shakes here except for these little Easter eggs. I just think it's fun and I thought I'd share it with you. of anyone, you are the one who would enjoy it. Because anyone I know here personally, I'm still trying to explain junk journaling to them yet a year and a half later. Nail them, they're getting away. Oh, yep, it's comics of some sort. There's a cowboy. Never saw that critter before. Again, no date, but it's nice and yellow. A lot of the time she used the... I tore another one. She got those first ones super tight. That's what's happening. She got them super, super tight. And it weakened it. But these are super old too. The packaging that the originals came in are 70 years old. So these are pretty cool too. Even though I broke it. Almost done here. Because she did several on those, the wrapping, the new packaging. Oh, more of the horse. More of the horse ad. It's not a horse ad. It's a piston ring cylinder, some kind of ad. But yet another piece of it. And whatever the back page, you know, the decorations of the day, the cutting edge designs and colors of the day, color schemes, and what everyone strived for at the time. This is the one I want to do next. This one's on lined paper. Wouldn't it be cool if there was some handwritten notes or something like personal? There is not. There's pinholes. Perfectly placed. Oh my god. Pinholes. Oh, this paper is so... Like I said, it's just so delicate. Advanced season at Alton's. Oh, curtain ads, $1.69. Okay, open. Ooh, looky there. I love old stoves. My grandma had one just like this. Well, it didn't have the white. It didn't have the ceramic. In her back porch. My grandpa brought it from the dump so he could burn garbage and stuff in it. Oh, $33.95. $12 down, $5 a month. Cast iron hearth range. You could get the economy one without that extra warmer for 14 bucks. Homemaker's aids are back. Look at all those goodies. All those utility set, $1.49. Knives, 20 cents and up. Oh yeah. Curtains. Ugh, the ugly, ugly curtains. Ew. Gotta love it. We're coming in on the home stretch here. As my grandma would say. I gotta watch where I'm throwing these little wads of floss. They're gonna end up in my coffee pretty quick. I don't watch what I'm doing. More newspaper. Consumers Power Oh, look, a twofer. 2 for 1. Frigidaire. Washing, a dryer. Clothes dryer. King of Clubs. Casey Adams. Dennis O'Day. Richard Allen. Cobbs and Robbers. No date. Look at the phone number. Phone 29770. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. Dial 33564. pretty crazy. I have some cool ideas for these. I'm gonna try them out and make sure they work before I open my big mouth, but I think they're gonna be really cool. And I can't wait to share them with you. So stay tuned for that, because it's coming. Look, life in the 50s, camping, how beautiful. I love camping. I love camping. Especially that kind of camping. Look at there, white picket fence and the whole 9 yards. Provided they are camping and that's not their home, because, but look at that happy little perfect family. Boy and a girl on a, oh, they don't have a dog. It's not kind of real family. They don't have a dog. Duo Terra, something the ultimate in mobile homes. Look at that cruiser. Looky there. So fun. This one is a napkin. And this one's another paper bag. Part of that same bag, it looks like, because there's no Waco edge. It has lines. Oh, look at there. Bonus. Can you say ready-made pocket? Look at that. How cool. This is a 70-year-old tuck pocket. Awesome. Wrapped around packaging, and this one looks like it almost looks like pattern material. Dun, da, da, dum. It has little perforations. Can you see the perf marks? So it looks like she used it. Or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it was where she stuck the pins. Who knows? Stitching chart. 16 to 1 inch. America's finest sewing machine. New home. New Home Sewing Machine Company. Beverly Hills, California. It's not quite as thin as pattern paper. It's more like newsprint. But again, and it's aged. It's nice and caramely and from the 50s. And I think that's so cool. So cool. Well, that is it with my Easter egg hunt. That's all I have. What do we ended up with this. This is pretty awesome. I love the camper. I think that's one of my favorites. The instant bag, the bag instant pocket is pretty cool. If I can get it to, lay down and behave. Of course, my very favorite is yesterday's dogs. Of course, it has to be. So what I've been doing is I have this nice big book that I got. I'm going to back out again. Oh, yeah. This nice big book that I got was in the hall. Dogs, because, it's me. And it's a book about dogs. But I've just been see, they're not even close to being done yet here. I'm going to have to stick something heavier on them. I almost thought about misting them a little bit, but I didn't want to risk wrecking them. So I'm putting them between these pages. All these rolled up little nightmares. I have other big books like this. And then I'm gonna put my favorite big dictionaries on them and let them sit. So, as promised, a couple quick bonuses at the end. In that haul video, I also said, I had learned from Pam at the Paper Outpost. She said, don't overlook these snaps when you see them. And they're all over the place in secondhand stores and off shops. Because people use what they need and then they're done. She said, don't overlook them. So I found these, and I found a little baggie of them. They're a little bit bigger than this, and those were 3-piece, but I didn't use the 3rd piece. I just wanted to show you how easy. You just take one piece. I used my pokey tool and I poked a quick hole and I pushed the snap through and I snapped the back on. And it's just a fun little trim. It takes up no space really. You could do a series down the side of a page, or if your paper's thin enough or your snap is big enough, you could snap together a tearaway. You know, put 2 or 3 little bits of paper together and snap them together instead of stapling or whatever. So there's lots of ways, fun ways to use these snaps. So if you see them in the off shops or the secondhand stores or in your basement and in your sewing kit that you know you'll never use for sewing clothes or other items, use them in your junk journals. I got this in that haul. It's a tiny, tiny, tiny little crochet hook. And of course, my initial mind, I'm junk journaling, hello, dismissed it. You know, what am I going to need it for? But I'm always on the lookout for stirrers. This thing too, this crappy, and I mean crappy, old brush came in one of the grab bags of sewing goods. But it's got this beautiful, how do I do this? Let's do that. Pointy sort of tip. This is a great Mod Podge stirrer. This is a great anything stir. I'll probably never use the brush end, but I will use this end for stirring things all kinds of ways. This thing, even though I won't use it in junk journaling probably in any way, I will use it to fix sweater snags. That's always a problem. You know, you have a perfect sweater that you love and 4 dogs. I have a lot of sweater snags. So that'll come in handy for that. And I'm just going to keep it right here with my stuff because I'll know where it is. And the last thing is there is this zipper. I don't know, 24 inches it looks like. It's pretty long. I don't care how long it is. It doesn't matter how long it is. I don't sew. I don't make anything that I would ever put a zipper in. Even if I did sew, I would never try to put a zipper in. However, years ago, my mom used to make these sweatshirts where she'd take a design and iron it on the middle of a sweatshirt. And then she'd cut around the design. And so then they would come together. And for some reason this reminded me of it. So all I did was take Fabri-Tac and I glued it to a piece of copy paper. And what a fun, interactive, the zipper kind of sucks. I'm going to have to wax it. I should have did that before I sewed it or glued it down. But what I'm thinking I'm going to do is cut this out and then cut down the center of the paper where it is zipped. And this is all a work in progress. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but I thought it was a fun idea I could share real quick at the end of this Easter egg video. And maybe I glued my stuff together. I may have gotten carried away with the glue, but anyway, I'm going to put 2 separate pieces. You have to keep it together at the bottom. But what a fun interactive if you could find a way to put like a little message there right between it, so someone would open the zipper and there'd be a little inspirational tidbit, or who knows, just having a zipper in your junk journal would be cool. And even though it was pumpkin orange and 24 inches long, I just cut off what I wanted. And I think this would be fun texture. I know a lot of people like to put stitching in their journals. Wouldn't it be just as cool to have a zipper texture, especially if you're doing a sewing journal, but not necessarily only for sewing journals? Because I'm not going to do a sewing journal, but I will do a fall one. I will do a pumpkin one. So that's my bonus times 2. Snaps and zippers, even for the non-sewing people. We can play with those toys too. Yes, we can. So stay tuned for my video on how I'm going to play with these Easter egg finds, all of this bundle of yumminess that we just uncovered together. Look at all the goodies. I mean, holy cat, that's a lot of stuff to play with. Plus all of these. There's got to be probably 20 of these.
bits and pieces. So stay tuned, and I will tell you how I'm going to share those with you. Or I will share with how I'm going to play with them with you, or something like that. Thank you very much for hanging out with me and playing with my Easter eggs. Like I said, I think of anyone who understands this kind of fun and this kind of, you know, next to nothing for a cost kind of joy, it would be you. You have a lovely, lovely crafty day until we meet again here. You take care. My Take at the Lake. Out for now.